After Pericles' death, his major opponent rose to power. His name was Cleon. Of aristocratic origin, and with outstanding oratory abilities, he convinced the people to take the war to the Spartans and their allies. In 429 BC, the Athenians had two major naval wins against the Spartan and Corinthian navies. In both battles, the Athenians were numerically inferior, but the skill and the experience of Athens' seamen made the difference. Without Pericles in command, the empire faced some instabilities. With Sparta's help, the town of Mytilene prompted an uprising which had the intention to guarantee the independence of the island of Lesbos from the empire. Athens sent troops that curbed the revolt. An enraged Cleon went to the assembly and asked for the massacre of the entire population of Mytilene for treason. However, the assembly decides to punish only the leaders of the uprising. While Athens curbed the rebellion, the city of Thebes attacked Plataea, a city allied to Athens. After the victory, the Thebans demolished the city. Cleon decided to retaliate and ready a campaign against the region Boeotia, one controlled by Thebes. Under the command of General Nicias, the Athenian army defeated an army made of Thebans and soldiers of the city of Tanagra. In the meantime, General Demosthenes started the campaign on Aetolia. Among the objectives of the campaign was the intent to pacify the Aetolian region, strengthening its allies, and subsequently opening a second front against Thebes. But the unexpected defeat of Demosthenes forced Nicias and his troops to return to Athens, forfeiting the attack on Thebes. With Demosthenes defeated, the Peloponnesian League decided to attack Athens' allies in the region. General Demosthenes was sent again to stand for their allies. But this time, he was successful, defeating Sparta and its allies in the Battle of Pe and Idomene. The Spartan army invaded the island of Corcyra, an Athenian ally, forcing the Athenian leaders to send its navy under the command of Demosthenes to liberate the island. However, a storm forced the Athenian general to harbor his ships on the coast of the Peloponnese, near the town of Pylos. The information that the Athenians were lodged in Spartan territory forced both the navy and the army of Sparta to act. Demosthenes had a small contingent of only 5 vessels, relying on 90 hoplites and 600 sailors. The general used 3 of the ships to establish a small fort, and aware of the approximation of the Spartans, sent 2 other ships in search of reinforcements. The Spartan Navy, with approximately 60 ships, emerged on the horizon. Led by the brilliant general Brasidas, the Spartans launched an attack by sea and land against the Athenian fortification. Brasidas landed with his troops on the beach and began to assault the fortification, but the Athenian defenses repelled the continuous waves of Spartan attacks. In one of these attacks, the general Brasidas, who was fighting on the vanguard, was seriously wounded and taken away from the field of battle. The Spartans decided to besiege the Athenian fort and readied sieging machinery to invade the fortification. But the Athenian fleet appeared. Responding to the SOS of Demosthenes, the 50 Greek ships fought the Spartan navy in a bloody battle. The loss of lives on both sides was heavy, but the Athenian technique in naval clashes prevailed once more. The Spartan fleet suffered a heavy defeat, losing about 1/3 of their vessels and having several others deeply damaged. The Spartan troops that were sieging the fort saw their situation changing dramatically. Demosthenes and his men were rescued, and now 440 Spartan elite soldiers were surrounded by the Athenian navy on the island of Sphacteria. If Leonidas and his 300 Spartans were able to hold the army of Xerxes, 440 hoplite Spartans ready to sacrifice their lives for Sparta could be a nightmare. But this is a topic for the next episode.